Now the moment we've all been waiting for.
I'm Nate Riggle, and you are listening to The Way of the Bonfire. An escalator can never break. It can only become stairs. There would never be an escalator temporarily out of order sign. Just escalator temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience. This is legendary comedian, the one and only Mitch Hedberg. May he rest in peace. Who am I kidding? This man is up in heaven cracking jokes and making angels laugh. I'm just saying, though, I think humans are more like escalators. In that it's easy to feel like you or someone you know has just been chewed up and broken by their circumstances, or the mindset they got stuck in, or the mistakes they have made. At the moment, I'll admit, I kind of feel like I am temporarily stairs, but guess what? I'll always have something to offer the people on the journey looking for a way up. That's why I'm doing this. The Creator gave me a level of value that is permanent. And even when it feels like something is not in top shape or the gears are jammed, I know I still have a purpose. Every day, every moment is an opportunity to learn something, to share it with someone else. I was talking with my doctor the other day and a little embarrassed that I wasn't able to stay invincible mentally and pretend like nothing is wrong. I wanted to just be able to grit my teeth and say, a lot of folks have it way worse than me. I shouldn't be feeling this way, right? I was bumming myself out worse, thinking, man, my wife and my kids, they need me to be strong. I'm the dad. I'm supposed to be the rock, the shelter from the storm. I was feeling like a failure in my job and my family and my church, pretty much all categories. So that's fun. I was angry at myself, at the world, at anything I could latch onto. And I was talking with my doctor about how this was affecting me, and his words were incredibly helpful. He said, trying to force yourself to be who others or some person or system or company or unwritten conditioning wants you to be is only going to make things worse. It's like you're building these munitions that will eventually explode in a very unpredictable and dangerous way. And he said, what you should realize is that even in your struggles, you actually may have even more to offer your kids. They need to see you be sad and understand that you are going through some difficulty and are not always perfect or 100%. And then see you come out the other side of it even stronger. Whew, that was powerful. Why? Because they're going to have struggles of their own one day. And I know that's true. And knowing that they are made of the same stuff that I'm made of will be an enormous tool for them to know that they can find their way out. He said, you're doing way better than you think. And I know I'll be moving stairs again. I'll get the escalator going. The mechanic just needs to come take a look at what is jamming the mechanisms. And by that, I mean, sometimes it just kind of feels like your mind is the way I've put it in the past is like a copy machine or with a paper jam or a printer with a paper jam. It's still a perfectly good printer. We just need to figure out what's stuck in there. And in the meantime, I'm still doing important work, focusing on overcoming and learning lessons along the way. And I hope this inspires anyone who feels stuck to not feel like they're out of order, but just to take a minute to think, what serves as the mechanic in my life when I am temporarily stairs? The question to ask is, what things bring me the most fulfillment in my life? And these may be different in others' lives. I'm not saying you need to match mine, but in mine, it's my connection and relationship to the bigger picture, which includes the following 4 things in this order: God, my family, my health, my friends, and I guess there's a 5th one, the ability to exercise the freedom to choose how I live and contribute to the world. Now, I know that these are maybe different than yours, but what I've done is identified something, and I think that's the first step. And so I've started to focus on the following steps now that I know what they are, these things that bring me fulfillment. I want to write down the things that connect me to each one of these categories. That's number one. Number two, begin connecting with the people who can help me bring more focus into each category and being very open-minded to their advice. And I'm going to write in anything down that I learn. So these are kind of this is kind of the curiosity phase of it. Step three, I need to figure out how to start taking action each day with any length of step I can. That might be a baby step some days, but it might be a giant bound or leap or multiple steps other days. But the point is that I want to get this thing moving again. And deciding kind of what, number four is deciding what must be done intentionally to design my life in a way that includes more and more of these things that bring me fulfillment and less of the things that slow me down or lead to a lack of fulfillment in any true sense of the word. Number five is letting go of my burdens that I don't need to carry anymore. Things like defense mechanisms that once served a purpose but no longer are useful in my life. And some of them I found out are actually harmful because they're just not relevant anymore. Growing up in kind of a mean-spirited world in high school and middle school and all that stuff, maybe it was helpful to be defensive. I don't know. But those days are long gone, and the people around me don't have to deal with that sort of defensiveness, and that could be what's kind of jamming up the mechanism. But letting go of those burdens that aren't so important to be holding on to and giving them to the Lord or just letting them go is kind of the biggest step there. On another episode, I'll dig into what the specifics are of each of these steps and kind of I've been through them before. I know that it works. But I challenge anyone listening to this to start with the following question that I will dive deeper into just right on the next episode. And that question is, what brings you the most fulfillment? Go get them. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of the podcast. I do appreciate it, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe so that you never miss another show. We'll see you on the next episode.